Dad cleared his throat. 28 years ago, your grandmother Evelyn came to us with a proposition. David, start from the beginning, Mom interrupted. She needs to understand why we agreed to it. Dad nodded. Your mother and I were drowning in debt. Medical bills from Rachel's birth complications, student loans, a mortgage we couldn't afford. We were 3 months from losing the house. I'd never known they'd struggled financially. We'd grown up comfortable, never wanting for anything. Evelyn had always been eccentric, Mom continued, but she was also brilliant and wealthy. When she offered to help, we were desperate. She said she would set up a trust fund, Dad said. $50 million. The number hit me like a physical blow. 50 million? But there were conditions. Dad opened the folder and pulled out a document. Even from across the room, I could see the legal seals and signatures. Your life had to be documented, completely. From birth to your 30th birthday. You sold my privacy for money? My voice came out strangled. We thought we were securing your future, Mom said, tears streaming down her face. The documentation seemed harmless. Baby pictures, school photos, important milestones, things parents normally photograph anyway. But it wasn't just that, was it? I gestured to the album. Someone photographed me sleeping 2 nights ago. Dad's face darkened. That wasn't supposed to happen. The recent surveillance, the invasive photos, none of that was part of the original agreement. Then why is it happening? My parents exchanged a look. Rachel stared at her hands. Because you started noticing, Mom said finally. The contract specified that you couldn't know about the arrangement until you turned 30, if you discovered it early. The money would go to charity, Dad finished. All of it. I laughed, but it came out harsh and bitter. So you've been lying to me my entire life for money I might not even get? It's not just about the money anymore, Rachel said suddenly. Tell her the rest. Dad pulled out another document. There's more to the contract. The photographer, whoever they hired, gets $2 million when you turn 30, but only if the documentation is complete. So this Michael Harrison, or Marcus, or whatever his name is, we don't know who he really is, Mom interrupted. We didn't hire him. Evelyn set up a trust to manage everything. They hired the photographers, managed the documentation. We just agreed to not interfere. And you all knew? This whole time? I found out when I turned 18, Rachel said quietly. They had to tell me so I wouldn't accidentally reveal anything. It's been killing me, Sarah. Watching you live your life not knowing someone was always watching. I stood up, needing to move, to do something with the rage building inside me. Tom knows too, doesn't he? That's why he's not answering. Dad's silence was answer enough. How long? 6 months, Dad admitted. He was going to propose. We thought he should know what he was getting into. The room tilted. Tom had known for 6 months. Every time he dismissed my concerns about Marcus, told me I was being paranoid. He'd known I was right. Who else knows? My friends? My coworkers? Is everyone in my life part of this? No, Mom said firmly. Just immediate family and Tom. The photographers were supposed to be invisible, professional. What's been happening recently? The obvious surveillance? Something changed. What changed is that Sarah's birthday is in 6 months, Rachel said. Someone's getting desperate to complete the documentation. I walked to the window, peering through a gap in the curtains. The street below looked normal. Cars passing, people walking dogs, life continuing as if my world hadn't just shattered. The text said you were ready to tell me. Tell me what? That my entire life has been a lie? That everyone I trust has been deceiving me? There's one more thing, Dad said quietly. I turned back to them, not sure I could handle one more revelation. Evelyn left a letter. To be opened only if you discovered the truth before your 30th birthday. He held out a cream-colored envelope with my name written in my grandmother's distinctive handwriting. I took it with numb fingers. The paper was heavy, expensive. The wax seal bore her initials. We haven't read it, Mom said. It's addressed to you. I stared at the envelope. My grandmother had died when I was 22. She'd known this moment might come, had planned for it. I need you all to leave, I said without looking up. Sarah, Rachel started. Please, I need to think. Alone. They filed out quietly. Mom hugged me at the door, whispering apologies. Dad squeezed my shoulder. Rachel promised to stay in town, to be available when I was ready to talk. When the door closed behind them, I stood in my empty apartment.